I'm saying goodbye to my car. I've had for 5 years. But she's gonna go. I won't need her beyond September because I'm going home.
And I also actually bought a few Bibles today that are going to be coming tomorrow because I've been passing those out like left and right all day long, nonstop. I'll even just throw them on the ground at the gas station.
Tip number 5. When you finally start moving up into the air, I recommend that you don't hold on to anything.
I just had a dream, and I believe it was another Rapture confirmation.
It seems like in 2025, literally anything is possible at this point, especially throughout this entire month, or at least should be, because these people on TikTok are going crazy about the rapture, which is supposed to happen, or at least was supposed to happen. Looking at my imaginary watch, I'm pretty sure anyone and everyone is still here on Earth. But you're probably wondering, just like I was before making this video, why everybody is so obsessed with the rapture all of a sudden, and why they were so convinced it was going to happen today of all days. But in order to get down to that, we got to start from the very beginning with how this all started in the first place.
I'm awake now. I'm not dreaming. I switch on the lights and I am reading my Bible. I read my Bible and Jesus appears. He says to me, on the 23rd and the 24th of September 2025, I will come to take my church.
That guy right there is named Joshua, and he is a South African priest, you could call him, but he actually doesn't give himself a title. He doesn't call himself a priest, a bishop, or anything. It just feels like he is a vessel for God's words, which I feel like would be fun if he was just doing normal things, talking about the Bible, preaching to people. But recently he went on a podcast to talk about the rapture coming. For anyone who's unaware of what the rapture actually is, don't worry, because Novly is going to explain it to you. It's when Christ is supposed to come back and welcome all of his children back into heaven. And you've seen visuals of this, of them just floating up in the air, leaving all of their worldly possessions behind. And that's what people believe is going to happen today, or was supposed to happen today. And a lot of you out there may be wondering, how did he know the rapture was coming? And specifically, how did he know it was going to be on the 23rd and the 24th? Apparently, it was through a couple of visions. Not just one, not just two, but 3 different visions he had that all came together to explain to him that the rapture was going to come on the 23rd of September. And fortunately enough for us, he said it on a podcast, so I could show you some bits and pieces of the visions he supposedly had.
Remember, I'm not dreaming. I'm looking at him.
Telling you
as he's talking without his mouth open. Remember, he's speaking through his mind.
Spirits, yeah.
6, what he was telling me is that by June, the world is gearing up towards the World Cup, right? But by June, they think the World Cup will happen. But after the rapture of September 2025, the chaos that would be in the world, the destruction, the devastation that would be in the world after the rapture, there will be no World Cup 2026. Then after, there will be a 7 years tribulation on earth on those left behind.
If you ask me, seems like a pretty trustworthy guy, right? Someone you can get all your information from and listen to. I mean, come on, he's had visions of this stuff happening, so you have to believe him. At least that's what a bunch of people on TikTok thought. Because while you and me might see that and be like, hey, this is just another guy spewing a lot of nonsense and just saying stuff to fuel hysteria or just for the fun or love of the game, it seems like there were a select few people on TikTok who listened to that, believed it, and actually ran with it thinking the rapture was going to happen today. And because of that, they decided to not only sell off some of their possessions like their cars and other things, but also went on whole guides on how to prepare for it and what you should do if you're not already sure that you're going to be raptured.
I'm saying goodbye to my car. I've had for 5 years. They're taking it. Oh, this is my baby, man. This has been my baby for years. 5 years. But she's gonna go. I won't need her beyond September because I'm going home.
Story is over. I have been so blessed by this, and the Lord has done so much, and I'm so grateful to have been his vessel. You guys already know, I truly believe with all my heart we will be raptured during Feast of Trumpets this year. This is See You in the Clouds. I love you guys.
November last year, God changed my life. I left my dream job to come back home to Louisiana. I do not like Louisiana, but I knew that God wanted us to be back here. We've been talking to friends and family since we got back and telling them that the rapture is happening soon. I did not have a date at the time. All I knew was I felt this urgency I've never felt before in my life.
Don't get me wrong, there are a bunch more videos of people talking about the rapture, selling off their cars, selling off their houses, getting their kids ready for things like this. It's genuinely sad to see, and some type of stuff that you would have to look into, because once dates like this happen, it's the 23rd and we're all still here, and tomorrow the 24th we're all still going to be here as well. You gotta wonder how these people feel and what they're going to go through, because some of them are genuinely still delusional. You could be told things like that, being quitting her dream job and moving back to a place she hates just because she feels like the rapture is gonna happen, or somebody else literally giving away their car and acting like it's gonna all be okay the very next day because they're not gonna be here. These are people that really need to be checked into, and a level of delusion that I can't describe but yet show you. Obviously, people like me and even some more people on TikTok are going to tell them, hey, the rapture is not gonna happen. You probably want to get your car back. You're probably not going to want to tell your kids that something like this is gonna happen so they look like crazy people. Yet people will continuously go on and on again telling you that, hey, you're actually wrong. And the more you say you're wrong, the more you're giving us signs that we are actually correct.
You know what's funny? When God confirms the rapture happening on September 23rd to the 24th through people saying there's not going to be a rapture, let me show you an example. So a sister of mine sends me this video basically saying there's not going to be a rapture September 23rd, and then I look at the length of his video, 9:32. That's literally 23:9 backwards. I mean, it's 19:32, but there's a 23:9 in there backwards. It gets even funnier. Look at the auto recommended quality. There's literally a 726 in there. Rapture. Doesn't God have the best sense of humor? This is just one example of a couple that I've seen this this past. Man, God is funny.
That is a level of delusion I didn't think anybody could reach. I feel like I've said that a lot throughout this video, but it's genuinely sad. And these people really need to be checked into some sort of care, a therapist, anything, because no one should be thinking this hard or letting something like this control their life this much that they're willing to give away their worldly possessions so willingly over one man's dream slash hallucination slash vision, apparently, and are leading other people on TikTok to do the exact same thing. But after today, I mean, it's the 23rd, the day people should have been gone. I've been outside recently. I hope people that are watching this video have been outside at least at all recently, or sometime today, or looked out the window and seen that there were no people floating in the sky. There was nothing going on because there was no rapture. So it would make it seem like, hey, these people right here have to confess. They have to say something. They have to talk about how the fact that they were all lying to not only their audience, but getting lied to themselves and manipulated into believing something that isn't true. Yet these people would still go on and tell you that you're actually the ones wrong. You're the ones mocking them, and that's just proving them more and more right. How? I couldn't even tell you myself.
So this is for everyone who's been waiting on the rapture. Thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusted in thee. I'm reading this to you guys because I know a lot of people right now, they're getting discouraged because it hasn't happened yet. We're still waiting on the Lord to return, but don't be discouraged. First of all, I'm pretty confident that the Lord is going to return later in the day, like during the night.
Now, y'all probably expect me to come on here and to apologize for saying the rapture is going to take place at Feast of Trumpets. You probably think I'm discouraged. All you mockers and scoffers, everybody that's making fun of me right now, you are proving prophecy. God says in the last days there will be a rise in mockers and scoffers, and I have never, ever seen it this bad, ever, since I've been on this app. Now listen to me. Everybody who is still waiting, the ones whose faith is still in Christ, the bride who is ready, waiting for the groom, stay patient.
If we are of the day where the rapture is supposed to happen and nothing's happening, how do you not lose faith? How are you still going to sit there and be like, no, it's going to happen, just believe? I believe in a lot of things. Heck, I believe that anytime somebody watches my videos, they should like and subscribe. But that doesn't mean it's always going to happen. And with this situation right here, yes, you believe so hard and you hope so hard that it would happen, but it didn't end up happening. And that's okay. You could just say you got tricked. You could just say you influenced your followers in a bad way, apologize, and go about your day. But these people are standing 10 toes on something they do not have to. We can all see that it was a lie from the jump. And their comment section isn't filled with people believing them or telling them, hey, you're right, we believe, we are together. It's filled with people telling them that they need to be checked into a mental hospital. They need to go see a therapist for the psychosis that they are going through. It needs to be checked out. And people like this genuinely need someone to talk to, because I feel like you shouldn't believe this hard in something and do all of these wild things to try to convince a bunch of people to throw away their jobs, throw away their cars, throw away all their possessions, house, whatever it is, you name it, just for something that you don't even have proof of actually happening. Just this false truth that you believe in. Now, obviously, some of these things are satire. Even some of the videos I showed you, I don't fully believe people genuinely think this way, but there are, in fact, real life people who will sit there and believe that this rapture stuff is going on. This happens every couple of years, genuinely. I wouldn't be surprised in the next 6-7 years, this happens all over again. With it, people on the internet being able to spread this message and people people around the world going to see it and believe it for some reason, it's definitely bound to happen at some point. And genuinely, if it does, I just hope that we look at these people and don't make fun of them like I am, but at least try to help them in some way, because if you don't, it could lead to pretty bad consequences in my opinion. But at the end of the day, that is just how I feel. If you want to tell me how you feel, the best place to do it would be the comment section down below. This video is unfortunately over, but if you did enjoy this video, maybe consider giving it a like. And if you enjoyed content like this, then maybe consider subscribing, because I post like this every single week. Never miss out on a single upload. If you hit that bell icon, because you'll be notified the millisecond a video goes live. But that's enough for me. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.